have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
you're looking for a
reason,
way
you'll
out of the
find it.
relationship, not for a way in it.
Well, and when
You
you're
know,
looking to find a reason, you'll find a reason. That's the thing.
If
Oh,
you guys are like me
100%.
and you guys are saying, fuck Valentine's Day, big fuck you, hit the super chat goal. That's one way to protest Valentine's Day is don't be buying them chocolates. Buy a super chat goal.
You have a
There
new
we
one
go.
set up? Because the one you had ended like within, like it was quick. It was over already before I popped
Is
in.
it already over? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my bad then.
Yeah. We're blaming Glenn.
Let's always blame.
Well, that's why I'm
He's
here.
too high on his Cupid kill. He couldn't even.
You
think.
always blame me. I will always take the blame.
This is true. Bjorn is the blame man.
Blame Bjorn.
How
Atlas
much
does
have you made an
shrug.
hour taking the blame, sir? I've been paid $10 an hour to be to blame.
Say, I will always take the blame.
Okay. I got a whole bunch for you, bud. Let me give you my wife's number.
Hey, give me a DM, man. I'll hear it.
I don't know if you want to give Bjorn your wife's number.
No, I'm respectful that way.
No, Bjorn, you just don't want to give Sasquatch
I don't want to give
your wife's
him
number.
Yeah, I don't want to give him my girl's number.
That's true. It is not my job to keep your wife out of my bed.
You are absolutely correct. It's mine, and that's why you wouldn't get her fucking number.
The Raging Patriot says, on February 14th in 1929, 7 members of the North Side Gang were lined up against the wall and shot in a garage in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yes, that's right. It's called the Valentine's Day Massacre. Beautiful story.
Seeing red on V-Day.
Yep. So here we are. Valentine's Day, right? We see people stressing out. There's more to this story, you guys. There's more. Valentine's Day carries a very interesting effect on people, especially emotionally. For individuals in relationships, the pressure to meet a romantic ideals and expectation can lead to stress and anxiety, right? Conversely, for those that are single or navigating the relationship challenges, feeling of loneliness and social isolation and inadequacy may intensify in the face of social emphasis on romance and love and whatever, right? Social media platforms, which are often flooded with posts about romantic relationships and grand gestures, can also contribute to those feelings. So what are people to do? A lot of people are managing, Valentine's Day stress by either trying to make up enough money to go purchase an extravagant gift. Some people are trying to bury themselves in a bottle of whatever. But the reality is, like, the psychological effects on Valentine's Day can vary widely depending on the individual's experience and circumstances. For some people, the holiday may serve as a joyous, celebration. For a lot of people, it's, very exasperating, and the feeling of loneliness, isolation, and unworthiness is, daunting. So Valentine's Day has a lot of challenges, especially for men. For some reason, for men, Valentine's Day is much more detrimental, and men have self-deleted more on Valentine's Day than women have statistically. Why do you guys think that is? What is
they're held to a higher standard than women.
Was that?
Go ahead, madam.
Oh, I was just saying they're held to a higher standard.
Women have no follow through. They lack the courage of their convictions, sir.
What convictions?
Ooh, they don't have a soul. They're soulless creatures.
Well, that's a lot of it is the conviction. See, if we live our lives with conviction, no one else can really convict us of their ideas and dogmas and things like that.
This is true. This is true. You know, what do you think about like a lot of these guys turning to AI Valentines or their digital booty call or their, you know,
That's the insanity. It's been evolving over decades, eons, centuries. It's evolved. We've got this literal, and I have to give another man credit, Paul Unslaved, of course, corporate beta cuck males. We've got a society that imposed the 19th Amendment, folks. Remember, it was the men that ran the government at that time. And it was those men that were spending all their time in this government that really wanted those women sitting in the desk next to them. They were the beta cucks that allowed this women's rights movement. Then think about it today, ladies. You've got Woman of the Year is a man. You've got men that are beating you in your sports competitions and making first place. They're taking your. That's what effectively happened when you fought for feminist rights. You fought for this equality to be included in man's world, and therefore now you have men included in your world, even if it is the sports, and vice versa. Women thinking they can take on men in the men's world because they are now men. They were born women, now transformed to a man somehow, are going to compete in men's world. It doesn't work that way. That's insanity.
Well, next AI is going to beat the women, and it's going to be an AI robot Woman of the Year.
You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that. Okay, so I like to be thorough when it comes to my investigation. And I had to look into this. I shot a man in a diaper, okay? It's all I know. He was a man wearing a diaper. He's dead.
That could have been Dark Side.
A little man. A little man.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be like a baby in a diaper? I don't know, man.
He had a little goatee. That's all I know.
That was almost definitely Dark Side Pill.
You know, so all I
So
know
you
is
did
that
research.
I do my research thoroughly.
All right, fair enough.
And
Okay.
Research, tell us.
so I wanted to see what all this stuff is about, right? Like this AI girlfriend thing. And like, how can these guys actually really be interested in this? And you know, I was very like, you know, skeptical. And like, this is gonna be some dumb like robot thing, like you know, animatronic looking like from, you know, Fast Freddy's or something like that, or Five Nights at Freddy's. But
Those are very different things, sir.
on further examination, I realized that, you know, I could be wrong in all this. And well, I'll show you. I will just bear with me. I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. I have to show you guys this, but I think it's worth seeing. The truth will set you free, you know. The truth shall set you free, and I'm going to be free from this truth that I'm about to show. So you know, oh, it's uploading. Wait for it. Here we go. So this is me, my robotic AI girlfriend, and you know, we got a thing going on. All right, me and Mrs. Jones. You know, me and Mrs. Jones.
That's disgusting.
AI is getting crazy.
No, but like, all jokes aside, like,
sir, you are going to get a computer virus.
you know what? That beats what the other viruses they got going on out there.
All right, you got me on that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Here's the scary part, though, is AI is supposed to be improving at this rate 300% annually.
Yeah.
That's like in 3 years, we're off to the races.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing. Watch. I'm going to pull this up. I'll pull it up and search it with you guys right here.
Uh-oh.
The rise in income for AI generated, hold on, profit rises of AI generated girlfriend apps. Here we go.
It's gonna
Not
be a
profit
wrap,
as in, like,
ladies.
Prophetic, stupid.
Oh, it's gonna be so weird.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this with you guys. This is what Google's showing me right now.
Good girl.
The market expansion, the global AI girlfriend app market is set to experience a substantial growth, rising from $2.7 billion in 2024 to $24.5 billion by 2034. Like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, like go over those numbers again and let them sink in.
Like, I just want to pull, let's just click this, right? So, from 2.7 billion, I mean, that's billion, to 24.5 billion with a B.
That's
Like,
the
this is-
industry, right? Not a
That's
company.
the industry, yeah. And these are all like, these are the key creators or makers of these AI bots thingies. My virtual girlfriend, AI. Bjorn, I think this is yours. AI dungeon.
AI dungeon.
Dream girlfriend.
That's
That's what
what
I'm trying.
interesting stuff in there.
Virtual
more.
lover. What was that? Sasquatch.
Tell
They
me
were saying,
more.
tell me
bud.
more.
I'm
Yeah.
interested.
My virtual anime girlfriend. You don't even have to get a one that looks like a real woman. You get a cartoon one.
Well, I mean, dude, they
Um,
have sex dolls of the Avatar characters. Get out of here.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh God.
And I would not want to. But when are we going to come to like the fork in the road, or when are we going to come to the reality like, hey, we are all kinds of fucked around here.
Well, it is
Just
Valentine's
figuring that
Day.
out.
And it's just like, what do we do? What
Ride
do
the
we do?
wave.
You know, let me get these super chats real quick. We got Michelle coming in with the $5 super chat. Go Sasquatch. Say good girl again.
Good girl.
All right. And one more from Michelle. $5 super chat. Sasquatch, tell the chat to stop being lazy and hit the damn goal. Make it rough. Make it real rough.
We could do it like a slash metal band. What you need to do is go and hit the goal every single time. You got to donate until it hurts. You got to give this man every single penny. This is the way you go about it. If you do not accomplish the goal, you are a loser. You are a total cuck. Good enough. Savage, you said make it rough, right?
I think she made it make it rough, like, you know, you grab her by the back of her head and you spread her legs.
Go ahead, smash the like button. I promise it likes it.
But I would do that totally different. Once you
I
get her pin good, you whisper in her ear that her sister was better.
That's called a rodeo ride.
See if you can ride that for 8 seconds.
8 seconds, baby.
You ever heard of the Houdini?
Thank you. The what?
The Houdini?
Oh, that's what I do. I disappear.
No. It's where she's looking out a window, you're behind, and then all of a sudden you're out the window because your buddy's on the back.
What?
So she's looking out a blank window. You're behind. You get started. Then you leave and swap places with someone, and you pop in the window and she sees.
You have a very dynamic life, my dear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
I don't even know where to go from there. I really don't.
See, in my
Max
room of
inside
Houdinis when I
because
make
you don't
another
want
one
to be
in
out the
here.
window.
I mean, smoking out the window. What the hell are they doing over there? What do you guys think, like, how people should approach today? Like, I don't care. I mean, I'm not telling people
With
like,
caution.
I would just say, like, look, if you want to do something for your girl, then go fucking do it. I don't care. Do what you want to do.
You
All
do
right.
you, boo boo.
But if you are doing it in hopes that you're going to get something from them, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, if you love somebody, you just do what you do for them just because you love them. You're not doing it for any, return gift or whatever. Like you love them, you love them, and you just do it
No
out of
strings
love.
attached
Yeah.
exchanges,
Yeah, none of that. None of that. But if your girl is kind of like expecting like some ridiculous, elaborate thing, well, don't do anything. Let her learn today.
Lower her expectations, fellas.
Bring her back down to reality. I mean, at least that's what I would have done. But I mean,
you don't have to go out and do crazy shit on Valentine's Day. I mean, Jesus Christ, we'll have a nice home cooked meal. We'll probably sit around the fireplace and just have a nice chill night. Maybe watch something, or just listen to music. You know what I mean? Don't have to go out and do crazy, stupid shit.
Exactly.
You don't have to spend money to earn love.
No, that's the thing. You shouldn't have to go spend X amount of dollars on something to display your love for this person. And here's the thing. Ladies, if you are expecting your man to do something elaborate or something like that on Valentine's Day, and you're going to say like, if he doesn't, that shows you he doesn't really love you. Let me remind you, for the last 364 days, he's been doing the same shit, putting up with the bullshit at times. And that's the real love right there. Okay. Not saying that you're all bullshit and that you cause, no, I'm just saying, at least out of 365 days, you at least caused 30 days minimum, maybe, of bullshit. Some of y'all caused 365 days of bullshit, but that's just another story. We don't have to get that far into it. But
hey man, I'm not that easy to live with, but it's not 365 days of bullshit. Maybe like 362.
stop being generous. It's 363 and a half.
Ish. I'll go
Except for
364, but
leap year.
that's the highest
It
I'm
depends
going.
on a leap year. I was going to say.
Yeah, I was like,
on
I'll
a
go
leap year.
364, but that's the highest I'm going.
It does depend on about the leap year. I'm just saying. But okay, I want to ask you guys, what was like a Valentine's Day that you experienced that was great? And then let me hear about a Valentine's Day that you guys were ruined. Anyone?
All right. So, like I said, my anniversary comes around. That's when we celebrate not our marriage anniversary, but when we met, because we courted for 6 years before we got married. So,
when you mean quartered, do you mean like you kept her in the basement hostage?
put her in a big drum, fed her through the bung, the whole nine.
I love it. That's true love right there.
Actually, the way this actually worked out, in an age when most people didn't have cell phones, anyone in the group I was with, their cell phone would ring. It would be her calling me. Somehow she found out who I was with and deduced where I would be and who else I would be with, and she'd call that person. It was the most amazing flex I've ever seen. Probably.
I'm telling you right now,
Dude, that's some
women are
FBI
the
shit.
best investigators.
Yeah.
Women are absolutely the best investigators.
It's
You know what?
creepy how much we
I'm
can
surprised.
find out with just a first name and a job place.
I'm surprised that more women are not like on these unsolved mysteries, solving all this shit. Like
I told my
we
buddies
shouldn't
one
have
time,
any unsolved mysteries if women actually decided to use their
well, if they
use their
tell their
skills for good.
secrets. I was with a group of friends one day and the phone rang, and I looked over at one of them and said, "That's Rachel." And he went, "No way." And sure enough, it was. And I covered up the phone and said, I could be up a polar bear's ass in a snowstorm. If the phone rings, it's for me. And went back to the phone.
All right, hold on. Got Patriot. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Patriot, it's good. That's okay.
I think one of the biggest things in today's world, we have this expectation. And I think that comes from a lot of the technology that allows us to communicate instantly. Back in the times when, dating first started, let's say, it was a long time between the first and second date, and it was a long time between the first date and the first time you met somebody. You were eager and wanting to meet them again, but it took months sometimes.
I've always
Right.
said that just because you can get a hold of someone 24/7 doesn't mean you should.
Right. Relationships are so on time today. And it's a matter of immediacy. And we see this, us older gentlemen see this in the phone technology. There was a day where we couldn't leave the house with the phone. We couldn't leave the room with the phone. So if we left and that phone rang, we didn't answer it because we didn't hear it. Now we take
Or
it
get a
with
voicemail.
now we take it with us and we answer it every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
That
keep
means
mine on
true.
silent.
I was gonna say, except me,
24.
my phone it stays on silent.
Yeah,
Because,
24/7 unless I'm expecting something.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. Like, imagine being in the middle of a production being filmed is a really dramatic scene. Everybody that's acting on set like has to have their like they have to be in that emotional like climax, like just up there. And then you hear this.
Your phone.
You hear this. Thought mommy's in the club. You don't need a babysitter. Call a babysitter. She gonna need a babysitter. Thought mommy's in the club. Just fucking ruined the moment. And yeah,
Well, now we know Glenn's ringtone.
well, it was back when my boy Kevin, Kevin and the rest of the Savo Bros dropped that new song.
I kind of feel like that's your attempt to divest yourself of responsibility for your actions, sir.
Oh, I knew I was wrong. I was all kinds of fucked up.
Okay, as long as we're all clear.
Oh, I was all kinds of fucked up. And you know what? Ever since then, my phone has been silent. Like, it doesn't even vibrate. I turn all the things off.
I have my phone set up so that no number rings unless it's already programmed into my phone and it's someone that I feel like I should answer. And so if I'm sitting around and my phone rings, yeah, all bets are off. I'm answering it because that's either one of my kids needing $5 because, they lost $5 on the way to the dealer's house, or whatever it is. It's always something nefarious, right? It's never what they say. I need $5 to get diapers. All right, sure. You wouldn't have showed up before now if that was the case. Like,
who's getting $5 at a dealer's house? Where's this cheap crack at?
Hey, nickels.
Right? I'm still looking for that guy myself.
We have nickel bags these days.
People say, man, that's that.
I want my
that's
nickel
that
bag.
trailer
We're
shit.
fighting economics, okay? We're in a little bit of recession.
Yeah.
Drug
But I'm
dealers
with you. The whole being able to communicate so quickly has really devolved relationships because there are so many stories of people who are, oh, he's not texting me back fast enough. And he just texted me. Why is he not texting me back now? And it's like people have lives,
So you know what I do for that? Like, that's why I just don't respond to text messages or messages very often because I have like the notifications off. So unless like my phone is like facing up, but I normally have it facing down because I don't like the light, distracting me while I'm doing work or editing. So unless like I actually take the time to go look at my phone, I won't even know I have a message. And then I'll have like 40 messages and then like that's just text messages and I reply to them, But
yeah,
then
everyone in my life knows it's 0.5 second response time or 3 to 5 business days. There's no in between.
I was just about to say that's the difference too that I see is it's a want factor, right?
Yeah.
Like it's who you
Exactly.
want to act. Because let me assure you, if she wants to talk to you, if she wants to be with you, she responds immediately. There's no
What up,
she's
Drew?
her phone's with her 24/7. But if you're a person that she just doesn't, then you'll get that response in 3 business days.
Not everyone though. So I have a very my husband's had to get over this. When I'm alone and downstairs or something, yeah, my phone's on me. But if I'm hanging out with people, I'm actually one of the few people who puts my phone away when I'm talking with someone. I find it very rude to have your phone out. So my phone is not in my hands when I'm hanging out with people or when I'm at work. There are times that I look at it and check to make sure everything's okay. But other than
But
that,
that's the exception to the rule, because
that's why I
let's
said
be
it's
honest,
not
like
everybody.
it's
This
in their
I'm a
pocket. They know
I'm
when
an
it goes
exception
off.
to a lot of rules, but
Yeah.
yeah, I put my phone down when I'm communicating with someone. Like when I'm with friends or something and they got their phones out. They're texting while we're talking,
And
but
you
I never
literally,
do.
I've watched it happen in real time. They'll literally get a text like, "Oh, okay," but when it's somebody they want to talk to, boy, they will stop everything they're doing to have a conversation.
Hey,
So
No,
Nuke,
and
I
that's
just
fair.
there's a want level there too. Like it's not just that way, and that's just because technology's changed. We have that ability now,
hey
right? We
Nuke, I
didn't.
did just send you the link if you want to join us. I sent it to you on in Twitter. So check your disc or check your DMs and Twitter, and if you want to join, go on up. And
Does
real
it-
quick, Noodles comes in with a $5 super chat. Goes, I hope all is well. Thanks for everything, Glenn. Great show and excellent panel. Well, thank you, sir, very much for your contribution and your support. Go ahead, Bjorn. Finish up.
No, what I was saying is like there's just that want there, right? Like because he was right earlier. Relationships before were that way because that's just the way it was. You
Yeah.
couldn't do anything else, right? Snail mail, telephone if you're there, then answering machines, right? It's been progressive. But
Yeah.
now it is what it is. Nobody goes it very rarely do people go anywhere without their cell phones. Like let's just be realistic about it. And in general, I would argue women especially, every time that thing goes off, they're looking at it because it's attention. They see that if you're the one that texted them or sent them a message, they see you sent it. Your importance level will depend on how fast they respond to it.
If you're a priority or not.
Yes, that's it. How much they want it. If you're a priority, they respond to it right away. If you're on the back burner, then you get responded to on the back burner.
Now, would you guys say, like, if your girl went from always being responsive to your messages, like almost rather immediately, to maybe 1 or 2 business days, would you say something's going on?
A girl or your girl?
Your girl.
Your girl, you have surpassed the point in the relationship where you have problems. The problems are now in your past, and you are now finding out about it.
Yes.
No, I think
they are now in your face.
I think you need to come to the realization that she ain't your girl no more. She's someone else's girl because she is responding to someone else's message and it ain't yours.
Yep.
She's the streets girl now.
Yep.
Well, she just ain't yours. That's for sure.
Very true. Very true. She ain't yours. It was your turn, but then it's not at all. Ever. So you guys, I think when it comes to Thanksgiving, that's my favorite holiday. Okay, Thanksgiving is the best holiday out of
Be
the year.
blessed.
Okay.
This man want another turkey sandwich.
Shit, I have had Thanksgiving on my birthday. My birthday's in July. The dead middle of the July. I want turkey stuffing. I want all the fixings. I've had it twice. I'm gonna do it again. It was amazing. But Valentine's Day. Look, if you want to do something, then do it. I'm not gonna give you no shit for it. But if you don't want to, don't do it. And if your girl or your man gets all butthurt, if your man gets butthurt over not celebrating Valentine's Day, send him over here. He has a lot more problems than just Valentine's Day. All right, we got to check his T levels. We got to work on his
Check for his Grinder account.
Hold on. There might be an exception to this, and it's
what is this exception that I please help us.
If by chance, say you have a birthday immediately before Valentine's Day, and nothing happens on your birthday, and then nothing happens on Valentine's Day, you might be justified to be upset come around Valentine's Day.
But what if it's your birthday, your anniversary, and Valentine's Day, all on the same day.
Da, da, da.
You are a unique specimen of the human condition and should probably update your dating profile.
Winner, winner. Mr. said, you just answered your question on why artificial intelligence is a thing. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's crazy about these AI, like artificial dating app stuff, right? Is that these guys that are doing this, and the majority of them are guys, women, but don't think this is all guys being horny and just what. No, women have their boyfriend bots too, and they are part of that $2.4 billion in revenue. Okay, they're like, I think they make up like a third of the people that use them, but guys still outnumber them. But see, you know what? Guys have them, but here's the thing: guys have multiple, so they feel like they're players. They got one AI from this bot over here, and then they go, "Oh, I gotta talk to my other bot."
The insanity.
What's the one pet peeve that you guys hated about Valentine's Day? I'll tell you this: my girl would take a bite out of the fucking chocolates, all of them. She had to take one little nibble out of all the fucking box of chocolates. She had to eat.
My wife still does that.
Like
my biggest pet peeve is being indoctrinated through that public education system that on Valentine's Day, you don't have one special person that you give a Valentine's Day, but you're supposed to provide Valentines for everybody in the class.
Yeah.
That's communism.
Yeah, no more picking and choosing. That was the beginning of equality right there. You don't get it's just everybody gets a Valentine.
I realize it's not DEI. They're setting us up for polygyny. Bjorn, you should be awful support of that.
Dude, I've been saying it forever.
Like I can see that. I'll accept that one.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Now in other news, do you hear about the whole? Oh, Bjorn, you messaged me about this, but
did I?
Trump made it illegal to be, or I guess it's illegal or not allowed to be a tranny in the military, right?
Yeah, he passed
that. He did that executive order. I got a video here. I want you guys' opinions on this interesting little video here. 1 second. Here we go. This is from, the most liberal news of the world, CNN.
A major veterans group criticizing President Trump's ban on transgender troops from serving in the military. The CEO of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America says that the president's order tells service members their sacrifice is not valued. Last night, we spoke to Republican Congressman Dan Crenshaw about this, and he argued also that he believes transgender people are not fit to serve.
I'm saying by definition, if you have transitioned into a different gender, you are not meeting our medical standards.
Right, but that's your opinion.
You're creating, no, it's not an opinion.
But then how are there trans people serving in the military right now? Tonight, the president's latest ban is being challenged in a court in a lawsuit that was brought by 6 transgender service members and 2 transgender individuals who wanted to enlist. My source on this tonight is the U.S. Navy commander, Emily Schilling, who has done 2 tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan as a Navy pilot, was awarded 3 air medals and an award for superior airmanship as well. She transitioned years ago and has since been promoted with merit. She's also the president of Sparta, which is an advocacy organization made of transgender troops. And I want to thank you so much for being here. Just this order that came out, and we finally got to read the text of it this morning. You have almost 2 decades in your naval career. What is your view of this?
Well, it hit me kind of hard. I've dedicated about 19 and a half years of service. It was my dream to join and fly for the Navy. I
Mhm.
did the 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, 60 combat missions. I got a lot of value at it and a lot of self-identity out of it. Later, I went on to be a test pilot and then the meritorious promotions. I have been at the pinnacle of naval aviation. I think
Bro,
I'm proof standing
chill.
here that we
Chill,
are
bro.
qualified to
Chill.
serve.
And when you see this in the language of it, I was reading through this because the congressman and I were kind of going back and forth on this last night, and it says that, quote, an adoption of a gender identity inconsistent with an individual's sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, even in one's personal life. What is it like for you to hear those words?
First off, all I want to do is keep serving. I've done that almost 20 years. I want to keep going. I have no desire to get out. And the feedback that I've had from prior to transition to after is that it's made me actually a better leader, able to connect with my people more and in a more authentic way because I can meet them wherever they are.
And so when
Cool
you
story,
hear
bro.
this idea that because you've gone through that you are not fit to serve, as the congressman was stating, saying that you wouldn't be able to be up to the standards. I mean, you know what the standards are and what those requirements are and what that requires from you. What is your response to that?
Yeah, Caitlin, there's a lot of disinformation out there and a lot of talking points on it, but I'm one of the first naval aviators to regain my flight clearance post-transition. And what that means is the Navy was rightfully medically conservative. I'm going to go fly a $100 million aircraft, the F-18, like you saw in Top Gun 2. So they ran me through every psychological evaluation, every physical evaluation they could think of. And at the end of the day, there was no reason to keep me out of the cockpit. You see this with
He
all
wanted
of the
the
troops that
cock.
are deployed across the world today, already embedded in combat units. We have lawyers, doctors, special forces, rangers, and they're all there today. If we yank them out, it leaves critical holes that are going to take decades to fill.
So we dug in on this with the congressman. I want you
They
to
act
look
like
into
there's so
what he
many of
said
them.
about that. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
It's going to take decades. It'll take about a week and a half.
Well,
Okay.
I got a
and-
question for you.
And notice,
Sure.
notice she was removed, and then after she transitioned,
No,
and that's right after the transition, they instituted her. Okay,
'cause-
this is because her medical wasn't put on the military. That's what they're trying to avoid is the military expense for something they're not responsible for.
All right, Glenn.
And
You're
you
a
have to
woman.
remember most of that.
Do you
most
ever
of
feel unstable in the
what
course
would you say? What'd you say?
I said, you're a woman. Do you ever feel unstable during the course of a month? Do you think hormone replacement therapy might not affect someone's mental condition to an extent or another? I mean,
I think it might just fuck it all up, But what do I know, right? Like shit.
Yeah, and yet they're at 19 and a half years. So the majority of his career was as a man because
Yeah.
he wasn't even able to transition until a decade ago.
Yep. So I want to see. I was asked to pull up Chief Chris Beck on the transgender bill. Okay. Let me Google this real quick. Chief Chris Beck on Donald Trump's transgender executive order. All right, here we go. I'm not seeing it. Where did it go? Let's see.
You lost it.
Not seeing it. I am not seeing it, my friend. If you have the link, send it to me in Discord or something. Yeah, because I'm not seeing it. But yeah, I what happened to Sasquatch? You guys, did he leave?
yeah, my name is Humpty, pronounced with an umpty.
I think that if you are a T, you have a mental health disorder, and like the DSM-4 once listed it as a mental health disorder, and therefore I think that you shouldn't be able to join the armed forces.
Can I ask you another question? This one's straight up legit.
Are you sure?
Do you identify yourself or do other people identify you?
I identify myself.
So if you go out front and say that you are a superhero who deserves to,
Yes, I do.
all of
Actually,
that,
every time.
what if I identify you to El Perro as some dork who likes to, like, I don't know, sleep with guys in elevators or something? Like,
Well, but if I don't have that, you have no proof of that, then you just lying.
El Perro would get me the proof.
No, you wouldn't.
I would definitely do the research, but that again would show that there's no proof. You used a great example because I'm
But
just like Glenn. I'm not going to.
I bet you can look in his closet and find a fucking cape, though.
Probably, but he
That's
takes a
true.
perfect example.
There's a few capes. Okay, I got tons of wardrobe. All right.
But yours is the only one on the group whose cape is pink.
It's not pink. It's fuchsia. Okay, and you need to get it right. Okay, I was a
Man,
Pepto-Bismol commercial. All right, stop.
And that's different than mauve, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
got it. See, we're like kind, huh?
No, but what's interesting is like every time, like I'm gonna be on Jubilee again on the 23rd, I think, this month, and it's gonna be traditional men versus progressive men. Basically, dudes with man buns and skinny jeans and Merces versus motorcycle riding, tattoo having,
Gun toting.
real hard labor working, men versus, your coffee barista with manicured nails. It's going to be a fun one. But every time, so Jubilee has this thing that you fill out. You have to fill it out every single time. Your pronouns. They will not let you not put whatever pronouns you want. Like you could put whatever pronouns you want, but you have to put something on there. So I'm
It's
always
so
like,
inclusive. You can't
I'm always
come up
like,
with
your
about
Lord,
powerful-
your Majesty, King Big
What about
Dick.
Mr. /
Like-
Master?
like,
Motu, master
I
of the
said-
universe.
I
Motu.
said King Big Dick. All right. Your wife Sancho. Like I will throw in the most ridiculous thing in there every single time. Just because they have to say it when you first get in the meeting. So you identify as my wife Sancho? Yes, I do. Yes, I absolutely do.
Is that your form of protest though, or are you just trolling?
I'm trolling.
It's kind of a little of both, I guess.
I was gonna say, is this a
I'm
troll
just saying.
test?
I'm like, it's
I've
kind of a
been
little of
filling out
both.
that I was a Jedi on the census for like my entire life.
Oh
so,
man, I have
like-
a pair of dog tags that say Jedi Master.
But you
There you
really
go.
thought you were a Jedi, though. That's the thing.
Prove me wrong. These are not the droids you are looking for.
I think I think I'll put down everyone. That's my pronoun.
You're everyone.
All of the above.
That's
D.
a lot of people.
And it's gonna. So I think like this whole transgender thing is just. I'm glad it just is getting pushed back. All right, it's finally getting the pushback that it needs, and he's the only person that could do it. Trump's the only person that could get away with it because, well, he's the prez.
Well, no, it's because he doesn't care. He's in a lame duck term. There's nothing else he can do once this is said and done. All he can do is rule from the bench, basically, as
Well, he's
executive.
not in a lame duck term as of yet. And if he loses the midterms, he will be a lame duck. I would say right now, because they swept
Right now, he can
the
do-
House and the Senate. So
I mean, that there is no follow-up Trump presidency
Yeah,
unless he
yes,
appoints
yeah.
a successor to the throne, as it were.
yeah,
It's
no, I
lame
get
duck.
that. I is that lame duck?
I think
thought
that
lame
is. I
duck-
think it's
I thought lame duck is when like they can't, they don't have the power to do anything because of like the House or whatever. Like they wouldn't have the votes. I could be wrong
Oh.
though.
I'll check. I'm gonna check Google.
Yeah, it
What
says
is a lame duck president.
Yeah, it says whenever he cannot be reelected.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I was wrong. You were right. Congratulations, sir.
See, and that's how
He can't
it's
be a
done.
woman. He just admitted he was wrong.
That's how it's done, ladies.
Yep.
Just like that. No hair off our balls. We're good.
Hey, see, moving on. I don't feel stupid. They don't feel smart. You know, we're moving on. But yeah, I didn't realize he was a lame duck. Huh. Interesting. But I don't know.
That largely implies that he can most of any changes he affects will be done through executive order rather than through the legitimate participation of Congress, right?
Yeah.
So Congress can take these bills and pass them later as laws if they choose to, but it's unlikely to happen, historically speaking, unless it's submitted to the House with the proper patronage. It generally doesn't go anywhere further than the president's desk.
Yeah.
Which means as soon as the next president comes in, they're going to reverse all that. A big flood right back, just like the COVID stuff.
But it's going to take
be
them
the same.
8 hours of signing papers.
It's the way it's the way the system works. It's that knee-jerk reaction. It's back, forth, back, forth, back, forth.
But be aware, there may be another Trump presidency. There also might be an Ivanka presidency. Just so you know.
Okay,
Things
so
are wild.
rumors about that. I have heard rumors about that, like because she, well, didn't she like run the RNC? Right, she used to be in control of the RNC, and she was well liked, is well received.
Very intelligent.
Yes, not to mention she's intelligent and hot. I think that she would probably be the first time guys would be even considered voting for her. They'd be like, yo, she's a hottie.
Though, didn't she get called out for wearing extensions at the Super Bowl?
Well, and when it doesn't wear extensions.
And when it goes to the presidencies being all related. What woman doesn't
wear extensions these days?
Ladies.
Yes.
And when it comes to all those presidencies being connected by familial, I believe she's the actual connection to the presidential relations, not Trump. I think you'll find that he's not related, but she is.
Really? Oh, you're talking about like the oligarchy theory?
Yeah.
Okay, so
100 out of 100 and some presidents, how many of them are all related?
Oh, crap. Sasquatch got the tinfoil hat on. He's ready for war.
No, I heard El Perro was coming, so I prepared.
I still need to make one of those.
I've had so many offers to buy this third thing.
Let me throw this out there. Do you guys think that Trump is trying to create an oligarchy?
How does he secure succession?
Yeah.
He
I
would
don't
have,
know. Somebody asked me that yesterday in the chat. They told me to look it up, and I looked into it. First, I had to figure out what the definition was. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "What the fuck, oligarchy?" All right, let me Google this.
You hear the word, but have you ever actually read the definition?
No, I haven't read the definition. I've definitely have heard the word. And I was like, if anything, well, sure. If he's trying to create his own and take out the one that already is in place. Like that's the way I look at it. If he is doing it. He's creating his own oligarchy and replacing the one that existed before.
Yeah, either way, it's still a ruling party by a small class.
But we already know the lobbyists are part of that oligarchy, right? They have more say than you or I or anybody else does.
And that's a big part of the problem.
We should get rid of lobbying.
Yeah, that and the Electoral College.
If you're asking whether or not Trump is trying to institute an oligarchy, you're going to have to show me the line of succession and the methodology by which he'll push that through. I don't see it in the American discourse of politics.
Do you think, like, by the way that he placed Musk, because that's kind of like
that's the presidential appointee. That's totally under his auspices.
I get that, but do you think
the
it's like
president can show up tomorrow and say, Glenn, I want you to come run a White House podcast. I want you to vet everybody that's going to be on the podcast, and all you have to do is sit there and do the Trump thing and whatever other stuff you want to do. Very light.
I'm totally doing it.
You're so down on it that you're going to show up, you're going to do the job because he tapped you specific. And if Joe Biden had showed up and asked you to do the same thing with the same deal, you'd have done it because the president.
Hold up. I would have special requirements with Joe Biden. I would
same
have
deal.
Same deal, but I would have, I'm negotiating more here. One, you can't sniff my hair.
Right.
Okay. Two, Hunter stays out of my coke. Okay. Three.
Writing. Well, hold up. He was pardoned for that, sir.
He stays out of my coke and my house.
3, right? I need a special division of Secret Service of hookers. All right. We just need to make that a law,
You're still trying to get your division of Ho Patriots going, ain't you? Like, I'm not totally against the concept, but I think it should definitely be an all volunteer army.
Just fishing.
And I'm kidding you guys all together, but no, I probably
Mostly
would be
kidding.
I wasn't kidding. I'm kidding.
Mostly kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just
totally joking about the
a
coke.
good 6
I
months.
like that. Mostly kidding is a safe statement.
Yeah, I was mostly kidding about the coke. Okay, there you guys go. What up, Anson? How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful scent day out there. I got my heart-colored chocolate box, and I'm gonna go give it to the woman of my dreams.
Nice. Congratulations.
So you're going over your ex-wife's house?
Yeah.
No, I'm letting Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters have it.
Yep.
There you go.
He's eating that bitch. Yeah.
There you go. Way to do it, my friend.
Yeah.
Just imagine when you get on
As a
eating it,
woman?
you get to lick it clean and everything. I mean,
Yeah,
As a
right?
woman, it took me a really long time to understand what you meant when you said that.
Good. That was the point.
Now, are you gonna put nail polish on at least to make it look like a woman's eating it?
only on one hand.
No,
Of
I'm
course.
not. I'm not some freak, man. What are you talking about? That's weird.
Says the guy that likes armpit hair on women.
Yeah.
You sure?
Well,
You're not a freak?
All natural. That's how I'm a natural body supremacist, like Brian on whatever.
No, Brian
No,
likes.
he just
big-
yeah.
Never mind.
he's just a BLM supporter.
We're not talking about Black Lives Matter. Nope.
So anyway,
What were you saying?
I was just moving it off of the topic.
Moving
I
on.
don't know. I just wanted to go dot.
Yeah.
Moving
So
on.
So Anthony, are you? What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Well, I think the oppressive male patriarchy has foisted that upon us, and we should, as all feminists, rebel against it.
You're a smart guy, Anson. That's how you should phrase things.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sick and tired of the commercialization. This is just rotten capitalism trying to take advantage of people. We should put an end to this.
Yeah, I mean, if here's the thing, if you feel like you need to spend some ridiculous amount of money because you're afraid that your girl's gonna leave you on, then you have more problems than you think.
Well, it's like working at a job you're afraid to get fired from. It'll make you a slave and make you do things you wouldn't ordinarily do. You don't ever want to work anywhere you're afraid to get fired from. The same thing with relationships. You don't ever want to be in a relationship where you're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm going to get. I've been in it. That's why I'm saying it. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm out of this relationship. It's just a messed up mindset.
It is. It is a really messed up mindset. You know what? So I made this commercial for the Dragon Ship. If you guys don't know what the Dragon Ship is, it's a panel show that I have been a part of since since the inception of it, since its creation, with Thor and guys like Nuke Cadillo, the Husband, bunch of other guys over there. And so this is the one that I created for Valentine's Day last year, I think, or something like that. Next on the Dragon Show, we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. Yep, that's right. Roses are red, violets are fucked.
Is beautiful, sexy, and one of a kind. So this Valentine's Day, get her a gift that's as special and unique as she is. Some dumb little thing from CVS. Because you already know paper. And oh, mother, it's Valentine's Day?
Before you go and spend your hard-earned cash on Valentine's Day, watch Dragon Ship tell you why Valentine's Day is a trap.
It's a trap.
100% approved.
So it turns out Admiral Akbar was the original red pill. I feel like we lost Glenn. He ran away thinking nobody would notice.
Anything's possible.
But I feel the loss in my heart. There's an emptiness.
Wait a minute. Now you can hear me. Now you can see me. All right,
Yeah,
I'm back.
he's back.
So I ruined a Valentine's Day, and I talked about it. All right, and well, I'm going to show you how to ruin a relationship over Valentine's Day the proper way. Okay, take notes, fellas. Take notes. If you want a way out, here you go. I got you covered. Previously on the Dragon Ship.
Which is what I'll get to, is you can use these commercial holidays if you are a social creature to gain pre-selection or pre-approval and actually enhance your relationship, because women love that social acknowledgement and attention. And if you can do that and give her the opportunity to say, do a post or get some of her girlfriends to say, oh, you're so lucky, something like that, you could really use this holiday to your own advantage with spending very, very little money. But it takes a little bit here and a little social acuity. What do you guys take on the girls that really put that much effort or that much value into Valentine's Day? You guys ever know any of them?
I can tell you, like, I've never really had a good Valentine's Day. Like, it never really meant anything to me until I got with the girl I'm with now. Now, I was in a motorcycle accident, and I remember last year I just got my first cortisone shot at my back, like the day before. My back was all jacked up, and she wanted to do something special for Valentine's Day, and I'm like, whatever. And like, I'm thinking, like, oh, here's just another day that I gotta, fork out some cash, right? Yeah. Well, I come in the living room, and she has this whole thing set up like a fort, like a tent, with all these like lights, like, dingly lights and everything. It looked amazing. And she wanted, like, for us to lay down on the ground and watch movies. Now, mind you, I just had this cortisone shot at my back, so I couldn't even get to the ground. I felt so bad because, like, I fucking ruined Valentine's Day because I couldn't participate.
That ruined the relationship.
It was the beginning of the end. Okay, let me just.
That's funny.
It was hilarious. Like I got so much shit for it. Like,
dude, my girl would have been laughing her ass off. She'd been like, "Fuck yeah, you did."
I come in the room. I come in the room, right? I'm walking all stiff. I could barely move, right? Barely, could walk alone, let alone. And this whole fucking fort, like tent fort thing, is all built and it's used pillows.
That's awesome.
It was cool. It was cool. And she put like string lights up in there and like little twinkle lights, and they look like I don't know, it was cool, like something from a movie, right? And I'm like, oh, this is really neat. So what do you plan? So what do you plan on doing for Valentine's Day after your fort? It's like, well, this is it. I was like, well, I ain't gonna get in there. I ain't crawling anywhere. I my back. Like, you didn't think this through, did you?
No, she got that idea from a girlfriend on Reddit. She was like scrolling through some green text stories. It was like, oh, that's just so much.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, and I was like, well, sorry, you enjoy your movie in here. I'm gonna go to the bedroom and I'm gonna lay on the bed where I can feel comfortable, prop up my pillows. We can watch the same movie if you want, and we can text each other from different rooms, like whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, so like Valentine's Day is like a performative ritual, right? It's kind of like it's not in your Bible, right, Glenn? It's not something that's a ritual that's really old. It's new.
It's definitely not like the 11th commandment, thou shalt celebrate your wife on Valentine's Day. It's not in there. I didn't see it.
Yeah. It's a modern shared custom and ritual designed to promote ideas of love that are not realistic but are shared in our culture and promoted.
Well,
and
it's a
she was
Christianized
upset.
version of a pagan holiday.
Yeah, she was
You know what I
upset.
think it is? You know who I blame? I blame Karens.
It's that symbolism and advertising that I was talking about.
Yeah,
when does Saturnalia take place?
Yeah, Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday.
That was December. That was what Christmas was.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold
I
a total
blame-
brain fart on that.
Okay, you know what? I think, guys, what we need to do is boycott every store that says it has their Valentine's